Welcome to Missional Trends Shorts, where we talk about the themes behind the brilliant thing God is doing right now, and we explore how we can play our part. And I'm joined by my friend Sam Dunn, who is the brilliant minister of Melton Mowbray Baptist Church. Sam, great to have you with us. Sam, you told me a story recently about how you've started inviting people really intentionally from your toddler group to your church. You've kind of joined up those ministries that previously weren't as well connected.
So I've been at the church now for 6 years. And when I arrived, there was already a very successful toddler group, successful in that lots of people came. I had a question about how successful it was because there was no crossover between the toddler group and the church. And so I was immediately thinking, how do we intentionally deal with this? One of the things that we straight away did was we introduced Christian songs into the song time. The other thing that we did is I started going, and I don't want to blow the horn of ministers, but actually, without people who aren't already part of the church, the minister's quite an important person. They understand that in a way that they don't necessarily understand volunteers and church members. They literally then identify the ministry with the church because they've seen the person who is the minister. So I was there every week and I was chatting to everyone. And my rule was I did the songs. We did Our God Was a Great Big God. We did, My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. Basically anything I did in the 90s, we now do now. So I think one of the issues that was happening was we knew why we were doing it, but the people who were accessing what we were doing did not know why we were doing it.
Yeah.
So I just came up with a script that is essentially, we run this toddler group because we love the families of Melton Mowbray, and we love the families of Melton Mowbray because we know Jesus loves us and Jesus loves the families of Melton Mowbray. If that piques your interest, can I invite you to our Sunday morning services or to have a discussion with me after this? So it wasn't that I'd suddenly, ask everyone if they're washed in the blood of the Lamb or anything like that. I just had a really quick thing that explained it, because if we don't explain it, then people are confused and they think that we're doing it because we're nice people. But if we're doing it because we're nice people, we might as well be the WI. We're not actually doing it because we're nice people. We're doing it because Jesus loves us and Jesus loves our community. And if we don't tell them that, then they've got no idea. The second step was setting up community events. So we run what would seem like a run-of-the-mill church fete once a year, bouncy castles and all of that kind of thing. And what we found was to have a secondary event that we can invite the people to is really helpful. Christmas is the other time where you just get those secondary events, your carols by candlelight. And we run a really, really good could turn up and play your part nativity on Christmas Eve at 4 p.m. Weird thing about that is people in the church are like, oh, I'm not sure about that. People outside the church, they're desperate for something at 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve. They love midnight mass, So it was really, really great. And what you have then is these stepping stones. Interestingly, in the next few months, we're introducing Messy Church, which again is just a really good old idea that we're applying now because it's the right time. And it's a great stepping stone. It means that you've got something that's happening every month that helps those people to just journey forward with you. So to move from being service users to members of the community.
Yeah.
What we've done is we've explained ourselves. We've created those events where we can give a specific invitation at various points. And we've made the most of those Christian festivals that actually everyone wants to do something with their kids at anyway. But alongside that is infant dedications. We've been proactive in saying that that's what we do, is we go, look, if you're thinking about having a celebration for the birth of your child, we know how to do that really well. And we're willing to sort that out for you. And again, that for many people is their first step through the door into the life of the church. And what we've seen is that as a result of that, we have families in the church that have come from the toddler group. And those big questions, how do we build a church youth group? How do we do? Well, you do a really, really good toddler group. You explain why you're doing it. And actually they grow up throughout the church. So really exciting.
Yeah, Sam, that's so good, so good. So just a few key themes there. Intentionality, that invitation, that moment of you being present, but also those stepping stones, I think, are really, really significant. And so if you're a church and you're looking at how to join up those kind of toddler groups, food banks, and faith sharing, we would just really encourage you to think about that, to reflect on that, and think about that in your own context. And you can find more and deeper insights on the Missional Trends at the Evangelical Alliance website, as well as resources to help you make the most of the exciting times we're in. God bless you, and see you next time.